Hi everyone, it's Marianne with Akashic Inspirations, and starting out the new year with something a little bit different. So I thought I would have some fun, and I'm going to be doing a love tarot reading, and this is for the zodiac sign of Libra. And so this month we're hosting an event. It's called The Power of Love, and it's sponsored by Dia and Royce Oasis, Glammy Witch, Intuitive Deb, and Ron Schaefer from Simply Intuitive, and myself. And if you go to the website, which is AkashicInspirations.com, here you go, you can sign up for the event. We're going to, oh my gosh, we're going to be doing some things. We're going to have a guided group meditation. We're going to have a candle ceremony with your own personalized symbol. You'll have an hour reading with us to reveal the reasons and the issues that are blocking you from reaching this happy state of being with a true companion of spirit, mind, and body. Dia will also provide a soul frequency astrological chart, which is going to be super interesting. Her charts are always amazing and have like such value in all areas of your life. So I think you'll find them really, really interesting. Now, if you've had an event with us before, you know that we send you all kinds of little goodies and tidbits, and we Facebook you and message you with all kinds of information and things that we think that will help you along your path and help you achieve what you're looking to achieve. So you can go to the website, check it out, see all the good things that we're going to be including. And it's only $3. So really, starting out your year to be able to find out how to best use the energies that are currently around you to be able to transform yourself into a place where you can manifest, I think is well worth it, especially during this new energies that we're coming into for 16. It's all about mutable energies, changes. You have to be free-flowing. You have to be able to be adaptable. You can have anticipation, but not set expectations. Meaning, the things that we thought would work out the way we think because we planned them, because we've put our whole heart and soul into them. Sometimes, and for most part, that I'm finding, especially now in the month of November, has been like this. And what I've been told is that it's these fifth dimensional energies. They don't want us to settle for just good. They want us to have great. So with that in mind, we'll start with our love tarot reading for Libra. And I'm using the Glastonbury Tarot, one, because it's one of my favorite decks, and it's the one that I use for me personally to connect to my soulmate energies. I find that the Avalon energies that it contains in the Celtic myths and lore and actual facts are really connect me to that energy of that magical time. And I think we're returning to a time where magic is prevalent. And I don't mean just, magic like Merlin, but a magical time where things come together. And I think that talks to us about our soulmates and our twin flames, that we're coming together in a spiritual manner and being able to then manifest it into reality. So for Libra 16 Love Tarot reading, I'm going to do a 9-card spread. We'll see what cards, those already came out, what cards we will see. And I hope you will comment on the section below and let me know what you think about the readings, and if you've enjoyed them, if you think it's something I should continue to offer on a monthly basis. And I look forward to seeing what you feel about them or how you think that they're helping you. Always appreciate your comments and any suggestions. Also look forward to having you share with me on Facebook. I do readings, 3-card pulls on a daily basis for the most part. And we'll be doing periscopes too. So I hope you can join me on those too, because they're lots of fun since they're so interactive. All right, so let's start and reveal the cards and see what we have. All right, so we're starting out with the Maid of Staffs. Now, this is pure passion and energy. It is liberty. It is freedom to express yourself in your truth, where she's standing and this maid she's naked. She's having clothes on. So it's her true self, who she truly is. No disguises, no cover-ups, standing in her power. She's fully grounded, and she's also grounded in her emotions, as this is like a small pool of water. And she's got her creativity and her passions working for her, right? Working for her. And she's got her staff and she's just overlooking this illuminated landscape. So she's totally, and the back of her you can see is shining as well in that golden light. So she's really got she's got the hang of it. In other words, she knows how to use her solar plexus chakra to really stand in her power, stand in her creativity, and really express that to the world. So this is where we're starting, Libra. So that's a great, awesome start for you. Then we go to the devil. So what is this going to provide for us? Well, the devil is here is represented by Saint Dunstan, and he went through a form of temptation. And here we see that the form that in the card is of this naked woman, and he's not even looking. He's kind of looking down at her, but he has, if you'll see, he has those tongs that hold the hot coals, and he's got a hot coal at the end here. And we see this double claw, with these black nails coming out. And so it seems to be some type of portal, some type of opening. And what's happened is he's closing it. He's overriding the spiral, and he's going to um, a higher place. He's making a different choice. He's making the choice at a higher spiritual level. If you see the color of his robe, which is kind of like a bronzy gold, one of the actual ray that we're going to be working with during the power of love is the bronze ray, and that is a combination of the gold and the purple, so it becomes bronze. So that's really interesting that this card, and it's come up in several of the other readings that I've done. So the devil is an opportunity for us to be in control and not let our ego, through doubt and fear, make the decision, but to stand in our power in conjunction with the ego, which is the will, and to make it do what we want it to do versus allowing us to be drawn into the old dramas and the old fears and the old doubts. So really, by standing in our power and using our solar plexus, we're able to overcome this and overcome the temptations of going back to what used to be. And here where it's supported, because here we have the Nine of Staffs and it talks about strength. So here you see a boy he's got the 8 of the staffs already in place, and he's illuminated from behind. He's extremely grounded. There's just green everywhere. So it's about healing, and it's about being grounded. He's got his staff pointing into the earth, and he's holding it in his hand, and he's, in a sense, defending who he is, right? And being supported by the light. So finding that inner strength to say no and to set the boundaries. So very interesting, especially with our relationships. And as we move on, we get the Hermit with St. Colin. Here he's standing on top of the Tor, and he's got a beacon of light. And it looks like maybe a belting fire, because it's like he's communicating across the way. And even though he's a hooded or a robed figure, but you see his cross there clearly in white, and he has something in his hand. Looks like either a scroll, so it's knowledge, the wisdom. So it's about, obviously the Hermit is about shining your light from your inner wisdom and being the light to the world, and communicating that. Because if we just keep things to ourselves, it doesn't really serve a purpose. Our service to others is what we're here for, in any manner in which that comes forth for you. But you'll see the sunset here. You've got the reds and the yellows, right? And then and it's funny because you can see the striations of the colors, and then you've got the blue sky, and then the blue of the indigo of the night. So it's really incredible how It goes from the baser energies, the red, the root, going up to the higher elevations and the higher spiritual energy. And then that's as he is on top of the tour, he is at the pinnacle of his wisdom, shining his light. And then we have the Queen of Swords. So here is a woman who is extremely balanced. The sword is hanging downwards, and she's dressed in this royal blue, which is of loyalty, of protection, of centeredness. And she's sitting like on a gold throne, right? So she's coming from the Christ consciousness, and she has this huge tree behind her. So she has this solid backing. Her thoughts and her wisdom come from being from a solid base, right? The decisions she's made have been fair and just, and she's there to be um, a person who has is helping you take off the mask. You see that there's two masks laying on the ground, so we no longer have to. She's helped you. She can help you with her sword to take off the masks that we use, that the ego says we need to use so that we could be accepted, so that we could be loved. But what she's telling us is, in reality, it is your true self that is truly loved by the divine, by the cosmic sun. Oh, nice. And then we come with the 10 of Vesikas, which is the 10 of Pentacles, and it's wealth. Look, she's got a golden cornucopia in her hand. Gold coins with the golden wheat is just like falling out of it. It's just tumbling out, right? And she's just holding it. And she's, looking down saying, this is the reward that you get. You get, not only do we have rewards of prosperity in a material sense, but we have prosperity and abundance and wealth in all areas of our life, whether it be career or relationships with others. We have that abundant fertility that just flows from us, and it encompasses all that we wish to share with, all the people that we want to share with in our life. And we go to the Seven of Swords, and this talks about the boundaries. Again, where it's reflecting this Nine of Staffs with boundaries, right? But here you have support, you have help setting these boundaries. There's this couple, and they're mirroring each other in their clothing. She's got the top in the light blue, and he in the pants in the light blue. And they've set their swords around them, some standing up that they can grab at any minute if somebody crosses those boundaries, and then has placed a circle around themselves saying, okay, this is far enough. This is space. They both seem to be very peaceful, right? And it's who you choose to allow to enter into your space that is peaceful and that embodies these qualities of love and nurturance versus and keeping the people out who don't support you, who don't love you, that they're only there to manipulate you or come in for their own purposes of using you. So it is, again, very interesting how the swords we have here, the strength, the queen who cuts and gives us the true face, and then you are able to set your boundaries of saying, you know what, you're not right for me at this time. Your energies, I need to keep them so that I can maintain peace, which was so hard for me to attain. And here you have the strength card. So you have the strength. These are two oak trees that were a part of a whole line of trees, but they cut them all down except these two. And they're called Gog and Magog. So they're really ancient oak trees. And as we know, the Druids, these were used in part to create a processional way up to Glastonbury Tor. So they have those deep, deep roots into the Mother Earth. It's nice because in this deck, it's the number of the major arcana is the number, and it's normally the number 8, or it can be the number 8. But I like that it's the number because the number is a master builder number. Its numerology is based on the Christ consciousness. So it's a higher elevated form of core strength that we're working from. So Libra, you use the balance of your scales to be centered, and in order to to have that balance in your life so that you can bring about, um, these connections that you're truly wanting. Oh, nice. And normally this card, Ten of Staffs, is usually a man holding all these staffs and he's, struggling. But in this deck, it's the card of responsibility. But when we take responsibility for our lives and for the lives of our family and for being responsible for others, then we have great rewards. Because here he's got this his little girl in his arms, and even though it's a great responsibility, it's also great joy, right? Because she represents complete and utter unconditional love by the pink magenta ray, and he has the deep blue of a loyalty, protection, responsibility, shouldering it, but it's not a burden. You see, it's happiness. He's happy to do it. So I think I'd like to read a little bit about it, because when we accept it, the responsibility of our life, then it is up to us to really create that which we want. We are the responsible ones for um, building it and for receiving the rewards. So it says, okay, in the image depicted in this card, a man holds the baby easily. He knows that babies can take a great deal of time and energy, but he also understands the great joys and rewards incurred through watching and participating in the growth of new and unique life. The card encourages you to look at the responsibilities you have and how you perceive them. If they seem to be a burden, look at how you can ease this and make it more comfortable for yourself. Try taking a new perspective. Responsibility helps us to grow. It shows that we are adults now who can experience and celebrate who and what we are. And it is a great teacher. We are always capable of more than we think we can cope with. So as we accept the responsibility for our life, we also can accept the rewards that come in, because we know that we have worked for them, that we are responsible for bringing them also into our lives. And with that, um, when we accept the responsibility for who we are, we've taken off the masks, then we are ready to attract that into our life, which is what we're looking for, which is a committed and responsible relationship where both parties do equally the work and equally receive the rewards and the unconditional love amongst each other. All right, Libra, well, I hope you guys have enjoyed this reading. I look forward to sharing you with on Periscope and Facebook, and I look forward to having you join with our event. I hope you decide. If you have any questions, please let me know. Feel free to email me or Facebook message me. And I wish you to receive that which you deserve, which is only the greatest, only love, unconditional love, and joy. Namaste.